Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am here to talk to you about a really cool project. This project is the Trivet Project. And we're going to build this one today, or get started on it. I think you're going to really like it. But I first want to show you what are the parts that you should have. Okay, in your bag, you should have a package of grout. Looks like this. You should have a piece of sandpaper. You should have a popsicle stick. You should have 4 frame pieces. You should have 1 bottom part, like so. And in this bag, you should have another container of a material. This is a glue. It looks like a cream cheese for a bagel, but it's really a special glue. And you should have about 40 or so tiles. You may have 3 different colors, you may have 2 different colors, but you should have tiles, all right? So that's what you should have in your bag. Now, one of the first steps is putting the box or the frame together like so. Really easy. I think you're gonna like it. And I'll show you how to do that right now. To make the base frame for your trivet, we need to start with the bottom piece and these little side pieces. In order to get started, I recommend that you lightly sand off these rough edges on the ends of your base. Well, doesn't have to be a lot, but a basic sanding, okay? Also, it's a good idea to sand inside these little grooves. Like so. Okay, these grooves, by the way, are called dados. All right. Now, before you start putting it together, I want you to notice a couple things. Most, but not all, most of these pieces have a nice side, and then they also have kind of a dull side. You want the dull side to be the side that takes the tiles, okay? You want the shiny, maybe more finished side to be going down, all right? I also think it's really important that you notice that there is a slight difference in the thickness of these 2 edges or pieces. One is thicker than the other. If you look carefully, each of these is designed to be a bit thicker. So you want to make sure when you put yours together, you put it together with the thicker side all down or all up, and the thinner side all up or down. Now, when we make it, you want the dull side to be along with the thinner side up. So you can see here, I've got a thick and I got a thin side. I want the thin side to be the up side. Let's do this. Let's do a dry fit and see how these all look coming together, just to make sure everything looks good. So we have a thin side here. We're going to make sure we do the thin side here. Okay. We'll do a thin side up. And the thin side up, like so. Now, if you're experiencing what I am, going, wow, it's a little tight. Well, there are a couple ways we can fix that. First of all, you want it thick and tight, but maybe it's too tight. So it's easily remedied. All you have to do is take the sandpaper and sand it down. All right, to put on the video, all right, to put it together, simply we apply glue inside here, inside this channel. We had some more glue inside that channel. Now, notice there's a thick and a thin side. Make sure the thin side is up, just like the neighboring one is. We push that in. We want to get it lined up, like so. There we go. Line up this one, like so. And we're going to line up this one just like so. And there we have our trivet. Spaces on mine are a little bigger than I'd like, but I can't seem to close them up. So there we are. All right, now that we have our frame put together, we get to decide how we are going to put down the pieces. Now, all of you should have had about 38 tiles. One thing I'd like you to notice, please, is there's a top and there's a bottom. This side that's flat, that's the top. The side that's got the lines and grooves, that's the bottom. These grooves are intended to help it grab into the cement better and hold it in place. That's why those grooves are there. And as for arranging the All right, so for me, I like this layout. They're all relatively in a row and straightened up. Now I'm going to take a pencil or pen and give myself some guideline marks. So I'm going to say that, you know, right along here, one row. Here's another row. So I've got some guidelines. Okay, now that I have the guidelines, I take this special paste and I take part of this applicator and I put a nice dab on each one. And I'm going to put them back in the place roughly where they were. Then you want to clean up any excess. And now, just some final adjustments. All right, now we need to let this dry at least overnight.